Is the LCU dead? That is the question every single one of us has been asking for the last 2 weeks. Ever since Lokesh Kanagaraj announced his next directorial with Allu Arjun, social media has been on fire. We were promised Kaithi 2, but instead we get a completely new project with a star from a different industry that seemingly has nothing to do with the universe we invested in. Instantly, this felt like a betrayal. But if you actually pay attention to what Lokesh said in his recent statement, you realize this isn't a betrayal.
நான் அதை ஃபாலோ பண்ணிருக்கேன். ஸோ அதை டக்குன்னு நான் ஒருத்த மட்டும் முடிவு பண்ணி இல்லை எல்சியூவில் படம் வராது அப்படிலாம் சொல்ல முடியாது. கைதி 2 ஆகட்டும், விக்ரம் 2 ஆகட்டும், ரோலெக்ஸ் இண்டிவிஜுவல் ஃபிலிம் ஆகட்டும், இதெல்லாம் என்னோட கமிட்மெண்ட்ஸ். ஸோ இதை நான் பண்ணாமல் போக முடியாது. இது எல்லாமே என்னோட கமிட்மெண்ட்ஸ். ஸோ அதனால் எல்சியூ மூடப்படல, திருப்பி ஓப்பன் ஆகும். இந்த அல்லு அர்ஜுன் சார் படம் முடிச்சோன்னா அது.
With that latest update, the news around Lokesh's next movie with Allu Arjun and the possible future of LCU, I want to talk about the honesty of a filmmaker who looked his fans in the eye and explained exactly why plans took a turn. We are going to break down the news of the Rajinikanth-Kamal Haasan project, the scheduling nightmare with Karthi, and why this detour with Allu Arjun might actually be the best thing that could have happened to the LCU. Super! But before we get into Lokesh's master plan, let's first set the context, because at times it is easy to forget the sheer pressure Lokesh is under. In 2019, when Kaithi came out, we saw a raw, grounded action film. No songs, no heroine, just Karthi in a truck. It was a hit, but it was just a standalone movie. Then came Vikram in 2022. That is the moment everything changed. The moment Kamal Haasan walked on screen and we realized it was connected to Kaithi, the fact that Delhi, Rolex and Vikram were all breathing the same air, the expectations exploded. Suddenly, Lokesh became the architect of Indian cinema's first viable cinematic universe, a term coined not by the director but by his fans.
LCU வந்து first of all அந்த பேரே நான் வைக்கல. அது வந்து ஃபேன்ஸா அவங்க தெரியல LCU ஒரு நாள் சொன்னது.
And that is a heavy crown to wear. Every movie he announces now is scrutinized through one lens. Does this fit the LCU? When Leo came out, the biggest debates weren't about the screenplay or the acting. They were about whether it was as explosive as the other LCU movies. When Pauly was announced, people were immediately trying to find connection points with the LCU, which it wasn't, and rightfully so. It gave the audience a different perspective of Lokesh's filmmaking. So fast forward to 2 weeks ago, the announcement of a film with Allu Arjun feels like a wrench in the gears because the audience has been conditioned to want only one thing, the next chapter in the LCU. The Avengers-like endgame. So when the architect of that universe says, hey, I'm going to do something else for the next 2 years, the instant reaction is confusion. It's a fear of abandonment, and that fear is based on the assumption that Lokesh is running away from the LCU. What we learned recently is that he isn't running away. He just got blocked by the harsh realities of the film industry. This is the part of the narrative that really blew my mind. In his recent statement, Lokesh revealed that after Pauly, he took some time to assess what went wrong with the movie and why it had mixed reactions.
கிரிட்டிக்ஸ் வந்து நிறைய விஷயங்கள் என்னை யோசிக்க வச்சிருக்கு. எப்படின்னா, ஸோ இதுதான் எங்கன்னு எதிர்பார்க்குறாங்க, இந்த மாதிரி கதை சொல்கிறது தான் எதிர்பார்க்குறாங்க வரைக்கும் நிறைய விஷயம் நானும் ஒரு லேர்னிங்காக எடுத்திருக்கேன். அண்ட் அது என்னோட அடுத்தடுத்த படங்களில் அவ்வளோ ஒரு விமர்சனம் இல்லாத படங்களை தர முயற்சி.
This audacity to accept reality and learn from it is one of the primary reasons I wanted to make this video. After Pauly, Lokesh was approached to direct a mega multi-starrer featuring both Kamal Haasan and Rajinikanth. Just the sound of that collaboration, the two biggest pillars of Tamil cinema, the two biggest stars of their generation, together in one film directed by an ace filmmaker in the country. That is the kind of movie most directors would kill to make.
You're goddamn right.
But what transpired didn't go as planned. Lokesh sat down with them and the two legends had a specific request. They wanted to do something light-hearted. They wanted a film that was fun, breezy, a break from the intense, violent, gritty worlds they had been inhabiting lately. And Lokesh, sitting across from these titans, had to make a choice. He could have said yes. He could have taken the check, written a comedy or a light drama, and cashed in on the hype. But he didn't. He told them, I can't do that.
இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு படம் பண்ணலான்னு சொன்னாங்க. 1 மாதம் கழிச்சு நேரில் போய் மீட் பண்ணி 2 பேருக்கும் தனித்தனியாக நரேஷன் போச்சு. 2 பேரும் ஈக்குவலாக எக்ஸைட் ஆனாங்க கதை மேலே. பட் ஆனால் என்னென்னா ரெண்டு பேரும் நிறைய ஆக்ஷன் ஃபிலிம்ஸ் கண்டினியூஸாக பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. ரெண்டு பேரும் ஒரு லைட் ஆர்டட் ஃபிலிமாக எதிர்பார்த்துட்டு இருக்காங்கிறது தான் எனக்கு அது மூலியமாக தெரிஞ்சு ரெண்டு பேரும் சொன்னாங்க. பட் லைட் ஆர்டட் ஃபிலிம் எனக்கு பண்ண வராது. அண்ட் அதை நான் ஜென்வனாக சொல்லிட்டு
He knows his strengths. He knows he excels at action cinema. He thrives in the dark, in the grit, in the high-octane tension. He knew that if he tried to make a light-hearted film to please the actors, he would actually end up failing the audience. So the project was shelved. Please pause and appreciate the honesty that takes. To walk away from a Rajini-Kamal combo because you know you aren't the right fit for the genre they want, that is incredible self-awareness. It tells me that Lokesh isn't chasing clout, he's chasing quality. He respects the medium too much to fake it, and that right there should give us faith in his future decisions. So the mega project falls through. Now Lokesh has a problem. He has a gap in his schedule. The next natural step, the one we were all hoping for, was Kaithi 2.
Leo is your fifth film. So you're doing Rajinikanth's films. Then hopefully Kaithi 2.
It's hopefully, sir. 100% Kaithi.
Okay, Kaithi 2. Because the Rajinikanth film was a surprise. So that's why I'm saying Kaithi 2.
It makes perfect sense. Delhi is waiting. The script is likely percolating in Lokesh's head. So he goes to Karthi. But the film industry doesn't wait for anyone. While Lokesh was busy prepping for the Rajini-Kamal film, Karthi had already signed another project. He had committed his dates, he was locked in. This is the unglamorous side of cinema that we as fans often ignore. We think these actors and directors hang out together and decide to shoot a movie next Tuesday. It takes months of legal work, pre-production and scheduling. Karthi wasn't available. Period. So now Lokesh is in a bind. He has no Rajini-Kamal movie, he has no Karthi for Kaithi 2, and he is coming off Coolie. He cannot just sit idle for 2 years until Karthi becomes free. That kills momentum, that bankrupts production houses. He needed a project that matched his scale and ambition and could start when he was ready. And this brings us to the pivot, the move to pitch a script to Allu Arjun. Now I have seen some comments asking, why Allu Arjun? Why not a smaller Tamil film? Why go to Tollywood? Think about it from a strategic perspective. Lokesh is now a pan-India brand. After Vikram and Leo, his market isn't just Tamil Nadu, it's Kerala, it's the Telugu states, it's the Hindi belt. If he is going to take a detour from the LCU, it has to be for something huge. It has to be an event, it cannot be a step down. Moreover, Lokesh had already taken an advance some 6 years ago from Mithri movie makers.
அப்படின்னு யோசிக்கும்போது மைத்ரி பிக்சர்ஸ் வந்து அவங்க எனக்கு கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 6 இயர்ஸ் முன்னாடியே ஒரு அட்வான்ஸ் கொடுத்துருந்தாங்க. சரி, அந்த கமிட்மெண்ட்டை கிளியர் பண்ணிக்கலாம்னு யோசிக்கும்போது எனக்கு அல்லு அர்ஜுன் சார் ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும். ஒரு 3-4 வருஷமாக பேசிகிட்டு இருக்கோம் ஏதோ ஒரு படத்தில் கொலாப் பண்ணலான்னு. ஸோ இது எல்லாமே சேர்ந்து அமைஞ்சு வந்த மாதிரி இருந்தது. ஸோ இந்த கேப் யூஸ் பண்ணி இப்படி ஒரு
The production house behind successes like Rangastalam, Upenna and Pushpa. Allu Arjun is currently at the peak of his powers. With the Pushpa franchise, he is a national icon. A collaboration between Lokesh Kanagaraj and Allu Arjun is one of the few combinations that can rival the hype of an LCU movie. It keeps Lokesh in the conversation, it keeps box office numbers high, it allows him to experiment with a new industry, new resources and a new style of action without the baggage of carrying the LCU continuity. Lokesh pitched the story to Allu Arjun, and with a sudden gap in both the actors and the director's schedule, the moment arrived. So the next Lokesh movie is confirmed to be with Allu Arjun, and this isn't a distraction, it is a calculated power move to maintain his dominance in the industry while the pieces of the LCU puzzle align in the background. Which brings us to the elephant in the room, the fear that the LCU is slowly dying. The biggest piece of news from the January 26 announcement flew under the radar because everyone was so focused on AA23. But this is a smoking gun that proves that LCU is alive and kicking. Even while Lokesh is busy directing Allu Arjun, he's also producing the next chapter of the LCU, Benz. If Lokesh was trying to escape the universe, why would he write the script for Benz? Why would he produce it under his own banner, G Squad? He's handed the directorial reins to Bakiyaraj Kannan, but make no mistake, the DNA is pure Lokesh.
A warrior with a cause is the most dangerous soldier. Welcome to my universe, master.
We are talking about a massive action spectacle starring Raghava and Nivin Pauly. This isn't a spin-off. Lokesh called it a major chess piece in the LCU. It's releasing in 2026, the same year he starts shooting with Allu Arjun. So Lokesh is multitasking. He's expanding the universe horizontally with Benz, bringing in heavy hitters like Lawrence and Nivin Pauly to deepen the lore, while he personally prepares for the heavy lifting of the main saga. And speaking of that main saga, Lokesh confirmed that once he returns to the director's chair for the LCU, the order is set. First, it's Kaithi 2. We finally get Delhi back. Then the standalone Rolex film, we finally see how that drug empire was built. And then Vikram 2, The Convergence, which might be the final chapter of the LCU. If not, then we might see all roads leading to a final chapter, an endgame where Delhi, Rolex, Vikram, Leo, and now the characters from Benz collide. This hasn't been officially confirmed, but the writing is on the wall. The LCU isn't dead, it's just getting crowded, and Benz is the proof that Lokesh isn't checking out, he's actually doubling down. So where does that leave us? It leaves us with a wait, a long wait. The Allu Arjun movie starts shooting in 2026. We probably won't see Kaithi 2 until late 2027 or 2028, which is a hard pill to swallow. But ask yourself this, would you rather see Lokesh rush Kaithi 2? Would you rather have him force Karthi to shoot in between other projects with a half-baked script just to meet a release date? Or would you rather he take the time to make a completely fresh, high-budget actioner with Allu Arjun, learns new techniques, grow as a filmmaker, and then come back to the LCU with renewed energy and a clear schedule? We have seen what happens when universes are rushed. We have seen Hollywood franchises collapse because they prioritized release dates over quality. Lokesh is choosing quality. He's choosing to respect the actor's creative needs like he did with Rajinikanth-Kamal. He's choosing to respect the production realities, and he's choosing to be honest with us about it. Ultimately, this video isn't about a movie announcement. It's about trust. Lokesh Kanagaraj has earned our trust over the years. He gave us the crossover we dreamed of, even though everyone said it was impossible. Now he's asking for a little bit of patience. He's asking us to enjoy the ride with Allu Arjun while he gets the chessboard ready for the final game. So to answer the question I started with, is the LCU dead? Absolutely not. It is just taking a deep breath. And if the Allu Arjun movie is anything like we know what Lokesh is capable of, that deep breath is going to be one hell of a scream. But I want to hear from you guys. Does Lokesh's explanation make sense to you? Do you respect the decision to shelve the Rajini-Kamal project for creative reasons? Or do you think he should have done it? And are you actually hyped for the Allu Arjun combo? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and are interested in watching more, check out our latest video about Rang De Basanti celebrating 20 years right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.